I really need to admit I miss my cats. When I used to live in Germany, I had two black cats. So it was like this. I was with my son, who was still a child, and we brought in those two little cats in our life, and that was really pleasant. And when my husband of now came into that family, it was really interesting to observe how sensitive cats are, how they know about family dynamics intuitively, instinctively, and also how healing they are in their way of nonverbal communication and simplicity. I want to share this. So, there's a systemic research in the family dynamics that whoever comes latest, has to acknowledge those who were there before so that there is no conflict. My male cat, knew exactly about this. It was astonishing. So when my husband came into our family, my male cat, was really sitting on my left side all the time, was sleeping next to me, and was taking that place and made sure that he, my husband, knows that this was actually his original place, until there a little bit time went by, and then my husband was gradually accepted because he accepted him to be there first. I told him, this is what you need to do here, and then you will see it'll solve itself out faster than you might think. And this is really what happened. So he acknowledged that with my male cat, and they were then getting along with each other very well. And you can use that also in a working place where somebody else comes in later, and it needs to a time to be integrated and to be acknowledged for that place. Or also in other families when there were children before or other partners before, when you come in and you connect and you are the latest, you need to acknowledge that to make it easier. So this is what the research shows. The pets are a part of our family system. They really are. And it's so fascinating when you use that. The other thing that I would like to share is I had a client, a patient at that time, it's 10 years ago. She suffered from cancer in her stomach area. And I gave her treatment, a very physical treatment. And she was lying there, and my cats, they were, scratching at the door. And I didn't want to let them in because it was a session. And she said, you know what, let them in, let they come in. Okay, if you want that, I acknowledge that. So the cats were lying on her metastasized areas and on the cancer area, while I was doing my craniosacral work on her and body organization. And then all of a sudden they went, both of them. And I talked to her and I asked her, how was that for you? And she said, you know what, that was so incredible. It was like they're taking away all this negative energy from my tumor. And she felt such a healing exchange of energy and nonverbal communication with my two pets. It was incredible. And I think those things happen every day, and we might not respect it enough, because a lot of people think it's woo-woo to talk about long distance healing or to accept nonverbal exchange of information and energy in our everyday life. But when somebody negative comes into your room, you can feel that and sense that, and then sometimes you even take it on. So we always interact with our environment, and that was such a beautiful experience. And I miss those moments where I had my cats lying on me all the time and helping me to get rid of the energy that I took on for my clients. That was really valuable. And I know if I ever have cats again, they will never replace what they cats meant for me. But I can imagine that I would like to have that again in my life and move forward with it. What do you think?